In the vast, uncharted depths of the ocean, life moves to a slower rhythm. This mysterious underworld is a realm of silence, darkness, and seeming emptiness, a world within our world, where only the most resilient and uniquely adapted creatures thrive. Despite its isolation, the deep sea harbors an astonishing diversity of life, much of it still undiscovered. Each new exploration reveals a little more about the hidden processes that govern this alien world, yet with each discovery, the complexity of this environment becomes ever more apparent. The deep sea offers not only the beauty of life in its most extreme forms but also a glimpse into the profound interconnectedness of life on Earth. In 1843, the naturalist Edward Forbes proposed the abyssus theory, suggesting that life's abundance diminishes with depth and ceases altogether below 550 meters, 1,800 feet. However, this theory was soon disproven as our understanding of the deep ocean evolved. Today, we know that the deep sea is far from a lifeless void. It is instead teeming with a remarkable variety of life, distributed across a series of interconnected ecosystems, each with its unique challenges. At these depths, life is often concentrated at chemosynthetic oases, communities that thrive where primary production is possible through chemosynthesis, such as at cold seeps and hydrothermal vents. Here, bacteria convert hydrocarbons into food, allowing life to flourish without the need for sunlight. Beyond these chemosynthetic hotspots, life has evolved to cope with entirely different sets of challenges. The deep sea can be broadly divided into two distinct habitats, the midwater, pelagic, zone and the benthic, seafloor, zone. Each of these worlds supports unique ecosystems and life forms. The midwater, a vast expanse of open ocean, is home to pelagic wanderers who travel across entire oceans, while planktonic drifters and their predators illuminate the dark waters with bioluminescent displays. Suspended in the water column, these creatures move with the currents, conserving energy in their struggle for survival. Below, the deep, dark benthos presents a dramatically different environment, a seafloor that appears desolate, like the surface of a distant, alien planet. Here, creatures have adapted to a world of mud, ooze, and scarce resources. Yet even in this seemingly barren realm, beauty abounds. Corals form vast, intricate reefs on seamount crusts, while delicate sponges provide shelter for a multitude of species. Scavengers, adapted to the deep sea conditions, feast on sunken whale carcasses and other organic matter, with some meals lasting decades. Though these two worlds, the midwater and the benthos, may seem entirely distinct, they are in fact deeply interconnected. Together, they form a complex and balanced system that ties the ocean to the rest of the planet's ecosystems, influencing global biodiversity. Now, let's begin our journey by exploring the first of these worlds, the midwater. The deep sea is defined as any depth below 200 meters, and with the average depth of the ocean reaching 3,688 meters, 12,100 feet, there's an overwhelming amount of deep sea to explore. Almost all of this vast space is part of the midwater, a region that encompasses more than 1 billion cubic kilometers of living space. It is the largest ecosystem on Earth, yet one of the most poorly understood. Far from being a featureless void, the midwater can be divided into several zones based on depth and light levels, with each layer presenting distinct challenges and hosting a unique array of life forms that display extraordinary adaptations. One organization leading the charge in our exploration of these hidden depths is the Schmidt Ocean Institute. Since 2009, this nonprofit research foundation has conducted over 80 scientific expeditions to uncover the mysteries of the deep. Their research vessel, the RV Falkor, is equipped with some of the most advanced technology in oceanography, including their remotely operated vehicle, ROV, Sebastian. This remarkable machine, outfitted with an array of sensors and a 4K camera, can dive to 4,500 meters, deep into the midnight zone. Through its lens, we've been able to witness the wonders of the deep sea like never before. To truly understand life in the deep sea, we must begin at the surface. Here, in the epipelagic zone, or sunlight zone, which extends from the surface down to 200 meters, over 90% of all marine life thrives. This is the vibrant, bustling world most people are familiar with, especially around tropical coral reefs. These reefs are like underwater cities, teeming with life, where food, shelter, and reproductive opportunities are plentiful. But even in the open ocean, far from any land, the sunlit surface waters support an astounding array of life. Floating just beneath the surface, the Portuguese man-of-war, with its gas-filled float called a pneumatophore, drifts with the winds, its tentacles extending below to capture prey. It is a member of the Neuston, a community of animals that live at the very interface of air and water. Primary production in this zone is powered by the sun, where microscopic plant-like organisms called phytoplankton harness solar energy to convert water and carbon dioxide into oxygen and glucose through photosynthesis. This biomass forms the foundation of the ocean's food web, supporting almost all non-chemosynthetic life in the ocean. Without this crucial process, the deeper layers of the sea would be devoid of life. As we descend below 200 meters, we enter the mesopelagic, or Twilight Zone, where the light begins to fade, and survival becomes more challenging. Here, photosynthesis ceases, and the steady shower of marine snow, organic material drifting down from the surface, becomes the primary source of food. This snow feeds a variety of creatures, many of which are gelatinous zooplankton, drifting through the water, their delicate bodies perfectly adapted to life in the midwater. One of these remarkable creatures is the gossamer worm, Tomopteris, a transparent polychaete worm that undulates through the water, using its bristles like paddles to swim. After feeding, the color of its transparent body changes, revealing the bioluminescent prey it has consumed. To avoid detection, some animals have evolved to hide the light emitted by their prey. The bloody belly comb jelly, for example, takes on a deep red color, making it virtually invisible in the deep sea, as red light does not penetrate these depths. Another fascinating midwater drifter is the siphonophore, a colony of zooids, each responsible for a different function. Some zooids handle propulsion, others buoyancy, and still others specialize in feeding. This division of labor allows siphonophores to reach impressive sizes, with some specimens, like the Apolemia siphonophore, reaching lengths of up to 50 meters, making them longer than a blue whale. In the midwater zone, we also encounter nekton, active swimmers like squid and cephalopods. One of the most extraordinary examples is the glass octopus, almost entirely transparent except for its visible eyes and digestive organs. This adaptation helps it remain undetected by predators in the gloomy waters. The glass squid, another master of camouflage, can change the color of its body and even fill its mantle with ink to create the illusion of invisibility in the dark depths. Deep-sea cephalopods have also developed unique defensive strategies. When threatened, squid can eject a cloud of ink that resembles the shape of their own bodies, a decoy known as a pseudomorph, designed to confuse predators. Some squid species, like the juvenile swordtail squid, mimic the appearance of siphonophores, borrowing the form and colors of these gelatinous creatures to appear unpalatable to predators. Perhaps the most significant event in the midwater is the nightly vertical migration, the largest synchronized migration on Earth. As the sun sets, billions of creatures from the Twilight Zone ascend towards the surface to feed on the abundance of plankton. This migration supports a complex food web, as predators follow their prey upward. Lanternfish, for example, make up 65% of the biomass of deep-sea fish and serve as a crucial food source for larger predators like squid and sharks. This nightly migration also plays a critical role in the ocean's carbon cycle, as organisms that feed at the surface descend back into the depths, bringing carbon down with them in the form of marine snow and fecal pellets. This process helps sequester carbon away from the atmosphere, contributing to the health of our planet's climate. Below the Twilight Zone, at around 1,000 meters, we enter the Midnight Zone, or bathypelagic. Here, sunlight is completely absent, and the conditions become even more extreme. Yet, despite the scarcity of food and the immense pressure, life persists. In the next episode, we'll dive even deeper to explore the wonders of the Midnight Zone, a realm of giants and tricksters, where life has evolved in extraordinary ways to survive in total